Okay, we'll do it this way. We're going to slide. There we go. Hi, everybody. I know we get a lot of questions about acupuncture in dogs, and I don't even know how much you can see of Twister here. Twist has been coming for a couple years now. Actually, I think we're heading on 3 years this summer. Twist had an explosive disc in her back, and about a year and a half after that had 2 compressive discs in her neck that were surgically corrected. So Twist has some chronic pain as a senior pet, as well as some residual neurologic issues that have remained after her disc issues. So she does come twice a week regularly to maintain that. She's had several reoccurrences of pain that we try and manage with and without medications. So everyone asks, you know, what do you do with them for acupuncture? Do you sedate them? Do they tolerate it? So Twist just had her first needle placed, and I wanted to make that live for you. She also usually just settles down if someone just puts their hands over her eyes, and she usually goes to sleep. She just came out of some of her exercises, and she's a little whippet, so she does tend to get a little bit chilly, and she'll shake a little bit from that. Once I get some needles in, I can show you how many needles I have and where they are, just so you see how well she does tolerate that. I know we have a lot of clients who have some needle phobias, and I would say for the most part, these guys tolerate it really, really well. Hi Janine, I see you're watching. Janine, who is watching this current video, also has a patient or a dog that comes in as a patient of ours for chronic pain and neurologic maintenance. And he does really, really well. He does not fall asleep. He tends to be more of a I need a popsicle sort of dog. And they're all a little different. It's okay, Twisteroo. So Twist's more recent discs that occurred did leave some more neurologic deficits than previous, especially in her front end. Although they repeated her MRI at the time of her neck issues, and it turned out they felt she should have had 25% function in her hind end based on her spinal cord, and I guess it had sunk down into the deficit that was remaining after the disc exploded a few years ago. And good girl. And clearly, if you watch Twist walk or get around, she has far more than 25% function. She does have some arthritis and often has some soreness in her right shoulder. And we don't tend to treat both sides at the same time. I tend to alternate, although usually right side is her problem, so I tend to treat the right side more so than the left. But again, I tend to take a good feel before I treat her. Good girl. Hi Tam, I see you there too. Hi Zeke. Zeke jealous, he wishes he was here and he was live too. Zeke's a whole different case. One of the things we found that Twist was really, really responsive to was the electroacupuncture, which I will hook her up to as well. Once we added that, we saw a huge, huge difference in how she did as far as her pain. Can we wrap you up a little? Are you cold?
Yeah, I wondered.
Sometimes Twist gets a little bit chilly because she doesn't have a lot of hair. It tends to be a little bit better in the summer. Good girl. So usually Twist's sessions consist of acupuncture and laser, which we're doing right now, some therapeutic exercises, and some water therapy just to help with her proprioception and her balance and her arthritis. We have had to reduce some times of her water therapy and her therapeutic exercises. Recently, Twist has developed some heart issues that we are watching very, very carefully, and so we don't want to stress her heart out by doing too much aerobic activity. But usually before we put her in the water, after we take her out of the water, and then after her exercises, we usually check her heart just to make sure everything is stable and okay. Good girl. Alright, so I put several needles in Twist's neck. She tends to have little top bands, kind of ropiness, kind of if you feel your own neck. It's similar to that. I think she carries a lot of tension there, and just secondary from her disc issues in the past. So I usually put several in her neck, as well as some kind of central points just to kind of calm her down and help with pain management. And then I treat her shoulder as well. And right now I'm just hooking her up to the electroacupuncture unit. Good girl, Twist. Twist is actually very sensitive to the electroacupuncture. So some dogs I can turn up fairly high, especially if they do have some neurologic deficits or they have some lack of feeling. With Twist, as soon as I turn it on, if I go any beyond that, she is quite sensitive and her muscles will start jumping. And you know, the idea is not to cause pain or discomfort. The idea is to reduce that. So I usually don't like to turn it up any higher than that. Good girl. Right now, Twist is still shaking from her water therapy. Poor kid. Yeah, there we go. That's too high. Good girl, Twist. I'm just going to show you. So this is Twister. You can see her just shaking. Good girl. Say hey. And then she's just hooked up to those electrodes there. And yes, that's my shoe. Twist likes to cuddle during acupuncture. Michelle and I are trying to do this and maintain our 6-foot distance, and it's definitely challenging. You grab glasses. Good girl, Twist. Twist misses you too, Candace. We all do. We've definitely had a reduction in staff here since this COVID stuff, and it's been a challenge for everybody, clients included. So hopefully this helps Twist's mom too see a little bit and be involved in her care when she's here. Although Twist has been coming for so long, I think she knows exactly what happens as things going on. Hi, Frankie. So Twist has had disc disease in 3 separate areas of her spinal cord, 2 in her neck and 1 at the end of where her chest meets her abdomen, at her, what we call the thoracolumbar region. She had one there a few years ago as well, that has had significant neurologic compromise in that back end. Now, considering she comes for rehab twice a week for the last 3 years, she actually walks very, very well. And maybe when I pull her needles out, I'll let you guys see how she ambulates around the clinic. Although she gets very, very excited to leave sometimes as well. She often pulls her mom into the clinic. Okay, pretty girl. So right now we're just lasering her while she's sitting with her electroacupuncture. Again, Twist is a very relaxed dog. She lets us do anything she wants. She loves doing the exercises, and I think it kind of keeps her her mental health stimulated too. Hey, Jenna! Geez, we see Cassie. At least our staff are all tuning in. Usually we tend to be fairly quiet during acupuncture sessions, just to keep things as low-key as possible. Lower camera, can't see the dog, Carol says. Just me. You don't want to see me, Carol? Michelle will try and hold it. There. Oh, now you can... Good girl. So this is pretty much how we sit with Twist's sessions. She's pretty chill. Sometimes she will fall asleep. I think with me talking, she probably isn't going to today, but again, is pretty relaxed through the whole thing. I would say can do both. Okay. This is the first time I've actually been able to see the comments coming through during one of our lives, so I'm trying to watch them at the same time. Good girl. I think one of the other things I wanted to show everybody that I'll try and do a live for at some point in time anyways, is how our water treadmill works, because I know that we get a lot of questions, even new clients whose dogs have not gone in yet, going, oh, well, how does that work, and how do you put them in, and how do you make them swim? And so maybe one day we'll walk through that, show you how the machine works, to answer any questions about that. Good girl, Twist. I know. Twist also goes for massage once a week at Niagara Canine Conditioning Center in St. Catharines. Twist has a whole, and she also receives chiropractic care as well. She has a whole team of people who keep her healthy and mobile. She's a very lucky dog. Good girl, Twist. As you can see, it's not a stressful thing. I would say the majority of the patients, this is how they are for their acupuncture. Although some of them like popsicles and need that constant stimulation to kind of occupy them while we're putting needles in. Some of them also relax like this. And if anyone saw Oscar's little live last night that I did, Oscar was definitely one of those ones that did not require treats. Although when his brother came in for acupuncture, he really, really liked the popsicles. Hi, Yolanta. Yolanta's old dog, Mishu, too, also really liked the popsicles when he was getting acupuncture. Twist did have a popsicle today for her exercises. She likes lots of activity and people, and unfortunately on Mondays right now with the COVID restrictions, we don't have a lot of people in the clinic. So today we upped our our treat auntie and offered her a peanut butter and yogurt popsicle, which she was very, very happy with and did everything that we wanted her to do. That's one thing. Most dogs will do anything for yogurt and peanut butter. In about 10 seconds, I'm going to pull her needles out and disconnect her electroacupuncture and ease her slowly off of the couch, because Twist is one of those dogs who thinks she can do more than she actually can, and just because her balance is sometimes off, we like to make sure she doesn't hurt herself further by jumping off of the couch. Good girl, Twist. Okay. We always count our needles afterwards just to make sure that we get them all, especially in a dog with a really, really long hair coat. And those who've had acupuncture here with dogs with long hair coats know how often we go, uh-oh, we're missing one, and we have to go searching for it. So it's always really good that we count. Five more. Here we go. I know. Good morning, Twist. How are you doing? Okay. I'm going to take our glasses off so I can see what's going on. One sec. I know you like to jump up and around. Oh, good morning. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get up. There we go. Usually Twist likes to give a nice big stretch. She's supposed to do it on the carpet, on the mat, so she doesn't slide. Twist! She says, hello! How are you doing? Did you stretch? Your mom likes you to stretch. She says, oh, hello, everybody. She says, I had a great nap. Twist. So you can see she's got a little bit of a hitchiness to her gait. Here, maybe Michelle can tape it. We'll come out here for a sec. Okay, come here. Here we go. Twist, come here. So that apparently is what 25% function looks like. Twist! Good girl. Good girl. She's like, I like the camera. All right, everybody. Have a great day, and see you when I see ya.